Okay guys, so in this video, we're going to talk about rate confirmations and what a rate confirmation is exactly. Um, with a rate confirmation is basically going to be all of the information you need on that particular load. It's going to be the contract between the brokerage and the carrier who's hauling the load. So this is a rate confirmation that we obtained on our dispatch side. As you can see, the broker name is IEL, Integrity Express Logistics. They have their information at the top, the PO box, their phone number, fax, and email. At the right-hand corner at the top of the page, you see the IEL PO number. That's going to be your reference number for this particular load. That number that is the 3049078, that will be your reference number. So anytime you need to call into dispatch in regards to this particular load, you would give them that reference number. Also, on your billing side, when you're invoicing this broker, if you don't have a factoring company and you're invoicing the broker directly, you would also give them that PO number, or make sure you put it a reference on your invoice so they know which load they're paying you for. If you go down into the middle section, it's going to give you the load information. Again, it has the PO number here. It doesn't have a trailer number, but a lot of times the brokers will ask you, what is your driver's truck and trailer number? Okay, so that may be listed here. It does have the trailer type, which is a reefer. The size is a 53 foot, and the temperature. Now, this is very important when you're either dispatching refrigerated freight or if you're the carrier and you're booking refrigerated freight. The reason being, this is going to tell you what temperature that reefer unit needs to be on. If you do not have it at the correct temperature, a claim could possibly exist. Let's say if it says -10 and you have it at 10 degrees, maybe it's ice cream, and it may melt. So now you have a claim because you didn't see the -10. So whenever you're doing refrigerated freight, make sure you always get the temperature. Sometimes they will also want you to have that reefer pre-cooled prior to arriving to pick that load up. So make sure you get all of the instructions from that broker. If it is something that you do not understand, make sure that you call that broker and verify, if it's any discrepancies or something that you don't understand. Okay. Right here, it has your pickup date, which is May the 4th, 2017. That's the day that this load will pick up. Also have a delivery date. Basically, when is this load going to deliver? You have the weight at 42,187 pounds. That's going to be the weight of the freight that's going on that reefer unit. Okay. You also have the mileage. As you can see, 646 miles. The carrier is Focus Logistics. Their number, the driver name, dispatcher is one of our dispatchers, David. So we'll have his name and information. And then right here is your very important part, which is the rate. That is how much money you're making on this load. That rate is $1,400. So you want to make sure you always pay attention to it because in one situation, we had a rate confirmation where it said 0. So we had to call that broker back to say, hey, you forgot our money. You left it out. So normally when a broker sends you over a rate confirmation, you're going to sign it. Prior to sign it, you want to verify that everything is accurate before signing. Okay. Also, if they put any extra instructions, make sure you read everything because this is a contract, so do not just sign. Okay. For example, carrier is responsible for no unloading charges. Carrier is not responsible for pallet exchange. So basically, some of these facilities, when you get there, they may have a lumper fee, and you have to pay the lumper. In some situations, the carrier pay, and then they get reimbursed back from the brokerage. or they can call the broker and the broker will issue them a com check for that lumper fee. Okay. This right here is going to be that pickup location. A Mary code out of Columbia, South Carolina. You have the name of the facility, the address, the state and zip code, city, state, and zip code, their phone number, just in case you need to call the warehouse for any reason. Sometimes, but depending on the brokerage, they will actually list their phone number there for you to call them. They may not want you to call their customer or shipper or so forth. So a lot of times they will list their phone number there. Okay. Again, the date you're going to pick up and the time. Make sure you always pay attention to the time because sometimes there's an appointment time. Sometimes you may see from 8 to 3 FCFS, which stands for first come, first serve. That means you can arrive anytime between the hours of 8 to 3, first come, first serve. Okay? You also have your pickup number. When you arrive to that shipper, you need to give them a pickup number, and that is that pickup number for that particular load. Each load, the pickup number will be different. Commodity is normally what you're hauling. This doesn't really state the commodity. For example, if it's lumber, if it's ice cream, if it's produce, it should state it. But basically it tells you there should be 2,070 pieces of the particular item that you're hauling. Okay. So we're going to go down a little bit more and you see where it says deliveries. This is where that shipment is going to be delivered. This is the delivery name, address, city, state, and zip, phone number. Let's just say you're going to be arriving 5 or 10 minutes late. You get lost. You can possibly call this number here and someone at that facility can help you. Again, sometimes depending on the broker, they will list their number because they may not want you contacting, their customer. Again, the date on here will deliver on May 5th, 2017 at 7 a.m. They don't have a time range like 7 to 3. So in this case, it must be an appointment, possibly. And sometimes when you go to get delivered, they may ask you for a delivery PO. Not all the time, but sometimes. Now this box, where you have the yellow highlighted box, this means you need to pay attention. It's something very important. So you want to read anything, any special instructions, make sure you read it. Okay. And then they have other, you want to read all the fine print and everything. Sometimes it tells you what you need to do for billing and so forth. And then at the bottom here is where our dispatcher sign. So you would sign your name right here after you have read everything. And then you would send it back, either fax it or email it back to the broker. Okay, so let's look at another rate confirmation. As you can see, this rate confirmation looks totally different than the one that we just looked at. Again, depending on which software that these brokers use, these rate confirmations they all look different. There's not a rate confirmation that's going to look the same. So again, you have your broker information in the top left-hand corner. You have your carrier name, their pickup date, driver name and number, the order number, and again, this right here is going to be your reference number. Some people call it an order number. Some people call it a PO number. Sometimes it's a pro number. Okay? So again, this is going to be your number. If you have to call into that brokerage, you're going to reference that order number. You're going to also have that order number on your billing. The miles is going to show you the mileage of the trip. So from Ringgold, Georgia to Valdosta, Georgia is 328 miles. Okay? This is the weight. It's 20,000 on the weight. The type of trailer is going to be a van. You're picking up from Container Services out of Ringgold, Georgia on May the 4th, 2017. And then look at the date right here. Do you see where it says 0700 to 1600? So that means you can pick up from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay? You have notes, no driver loading or unload. So basically, on some loads, the driver may have to assist. This basically tells you, hey, the driver doesn't have to assist with this load. They just back to the dock and the truck gets unloaded. Your delivery information, the container out of Valdosta, Georgia, delivers May 5th, 2017, and it has 6 a.m. So that must be a set date. It needs to deliver at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, they're paying you $700 for this load. Again, special instruction box. Must deliver at 6 a.m. or rate will be reduced. You can sleep on site. So if the driver gets there at 1 a.m., he can park his truck and sleep on site, but he must deliver this thing at 6 in the morning or he will not get paid the $700. Okay? Again, you sign this rate confirmation and we send it back to the broker. We're going to look at one more and that will conclude the rate confirmation. Okay. So very briefly, you see the broker name in the top left corner, the Wildcat Logistics. A little bit below that, you have the carrier name. Attention is going to be our dispatcher with his phone number, the driver name, driver number. And then on the right side, you have the order number. Again, that's going to be your reference number to that brokerage. So if you have to call into the brokerage for any reason, you're going to reference that order number. Okay? If you go down a little bit low, you have a pickup, your pickup information, the name, address, phone number. Over to the right, your pickup date. Again, you have 0700 to 1500. So basically that means you can get loaded from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. You're picking up 88 pieces. This is your commodity, bales of cotton. The weight is 44,199. Look up under the directions. FCFS means first come, first serve. From 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday. 7 to 12 on Friday. You're going to deliver in Cedartown, Georgia. Their delivery information is here with the phone number. Delivery date, that's set in stone, 9 a.m. It's not a 9 to 1. They have 9 a.m. So that's what time you're going to deliver. Ready? Then you will also read your directions, special instructions. And on this particular rate is $600. You'll basically read all your information and sign it. So that concludes a rate confirmation. That is what a rate confirmation looks like. If you are a broker with us or any company, the brokers create the rate confirmation, okay? So if you're learning how to broker or become a freight broker agent, this is something that you would actually create, would be the rate confirmation. However, if you're dispatching, you would be waiting on the rate confirmation from the broker. So again, if you're dispatching, that broker is going to send you the rate confirmation. You're going to verify the accuracy of it and make sure everything is correct. And then if everything is correct, you're going to sign that rate confirmation, send it back to the broker, and then you're going to dispatch your truck. So however you dispatch your truck, whether you send them a copy of the rate confirmation via email, whether you text them the information, or you physically call them on the phone and give them the information. If you have any questions or if you're looking for freight broker training or dispatcher training, please visit us at www.bumblebeedispatch.com. We do a lot within the transportation and trucking industry. Thank you so much.